According to one recent study, 60% of corporate data is already over the cloud. And major service providers who hold an abundance of this data are Amazon Web Services, Microsoft Azure, and Google Cloud Platform. However, AWS and Azure stand out as a point of reference in the whole cloud computing market. Today, AWS stands tall. However, the gap is very thin since Microsoft have almost caught up with it. In enterprise cloud market, the growth of AWS has become constant, whereas Azure is just soaring high. So, if you're a part of cloud environment or wish to be, then looking into Azure and its career outlooks is worthwhile. And today, with this session, we are somewhat going to do the same. We are going to explore the skills you need to become an Azure cloud engineer. But before we go ahead and do that, I would like to request you guys to enable both subscribe button and hit the bell icon so you don't miss out on any updates from Intellipaat YouTube channel. We will begin this session on a friendly note where we will discuss a little bit about cloud and why you should learn about it. Then we will go ahead and discuss the job description for cloud engineers. Here we will talk about the day-to-day tasks these professionals perform. And finally, we will cover skills you should learn to become a cloud engineer. I hope I've made myself clear with the agenda.
So without wasting any time, let's go ahead and discuss the first topic on our agenda, that is cloud computing and why you should learn about it. According to one recent study, it is estimated that by 2025, 95% of new digital workloads will be deployed on cloud native platforms. Companies accelerated their migration to the cloud when the pandemic hit in 2019, and employers were forced to adopt a remote working style. 3 years later, this had shown no signs of slowing down. Companies continue to invest in cloud computing and skilled IT and tech professionals. The demand for cloud engineers has increased by 227% in the past 2 years and will continue to grow as companies continue to develop their cloud technologies. But the question remains, what is cloud computing? Cloud computing is a virtual internet service provided for data storage and virtual computation. It helps in upscaling the security of organization at large and stores data with minimal IT infrastructure over the internet. In plain language, cloud computing is a delivery of computing services that perform a plethora of services including storage, databases, networks, and software analytics. There are different methods of conducting cloud computing when we talk in terms of particular firm. There are 4 types basically: public, private, hybrid, and multi-cloud. A public cloud is an IT model where public cloud service providers make computing services including compute and storage, develop and deploy environments and applications available on demand to organizations and individuals over the public internet. A private cloud is a cloud computing system in which the cloud infrastructure is solely dedicated to a single enterprise. Next one we have is hybrid cloud. Hybrid cloud is one in which applications are running in a combination of different environments, that is public and private environments. So basically hybrid is mostly utilized because no one totally relies on public cloud and using private cloud is on little costlier side. Finally, we have multi-cloud. Multi-cloud is a company's strategy of putting multiple cloud computing and storage services from different vendors in a single heterogeneous architecture to improve cloud infrastructure capabilities and total cost. The biggest advantage of cloud computing is that cloud storage can be customized based on the needs of any company. It does not abide by any complications as such. The companies can adopt to the cloud infrastructure suited for their needs. However, that demands for the workforce compatible enough to work on cloud and manage the different architectural, developmental, security or operation related tasks that go on around the cloud. Well, don't worry, moving forward we shall talk about the roles of Azure based cloud engineers. As cloud computing is becoming more and more popular among technology companies and business enterprises, cloud engineers are in demand across a variety of sectors. If you are interested in designing, deploying, and maintaining cloud based systems, the role of cloud engineer can be an ideal choice for you. An Azure cloud engineer is an IT expert who is in charge of operating the technological infrastructure of an organization and transferring specific functions and procedures to an Azure cloud platform. They support the transition of crucial business applications and procedures to public, private, hybrid cloud platforms offered by Microsoft Azure. Cloud engineers work with programmers, developers, project managers, and security experts to create efficient cloud computing solutions that meet organizational requirements. These professionals can also serve as consultants to enterprise and clients, as independent contractor or as regular full-time employees. Azure Cloud Consultant aids businesses in using cloud-based technologies that Azure as a service provider has to offer in order to enhance business processes, increase data security, and improve efficiency of operations of client firm. These professionals help in resolving issues that may arise in Azure storage systems. Also, both the professional engineers and consultants may work with virtualization platforms and data banks too. Now, if I have to put forward the key responsibilities of these professionals, then I would say it includes tasks such as working with stakeholders to understand the modifications they wish to apply to their current systems. Then comes analyzing current systems to find flaws that can jeopardize cloud security. Third one we have is uploading business information to a cloud computing platform and setting up simple retrieval mechanism for data. Fourth one is staying updated on advancements in the field of cloud computing to advise businesses and clients on industry best practices. Then we have increasing cloud storage capacity to store more files and crucial corporate data. Sixth task we have is ensuring the protection of data in computer systems by working with cybersecurity and IT staff. Then comes the troubleshooting issues pertaining to cloud application failure or security flaws. Then we have creating and installing cloud computing solutions in accordance with client or employer requirements. Then ninth up we have is automating specific system operations to enhance efficiency and speed. Then comes testing designs to find and fix mistakes and make system improvements. Then few more tasks such as evaluating and identifying best cloud solution in collaboration with engineers and development teams, developing, establishing and implementing modular cloud-based applications, locating, evaluating and fixing infrastructure risk, deployment problems, as well as periodically evaluating computer systems and offering suggestions for performance enhancements. These all are the core tasks that Azure Cloud Engineer will have to perform in their day-to-day life. Next, we shall look into the skills that you will need to become Azure Cloud Engineer. The first skill we have is understanding the Linux operating system. The first and foremost thing is to get good hands-on experience on a Linux operating system. Practicing Linux would help you as a cloud engineer or as a cloud architect. You should have this fundamental understanding of your operating system. This can be as simple as installing a virtual machine using VirtualBox or creating virtual machine in a cloud environment. Some more complex commands can include installing various software, carrying out load analysis, installing packages, or even modifying them. Then comes the second skill, that is, learn about storage on Azure. Storage can be defined as storing data online on the cloud, so companies' data is stored and accessed from multiple distributed and connected resources. Some of the benefits of cloud storage are greater accessibility, reliability, quick deployment, strong protection, data backup and archival, disaster recovery, as well as cost optimization. And depending on what organization expects from its architecture, they can choose the kind of service they want to avail for storage. Whether it is personal cloud storage or public cloud storage, private cloud storage or hybrid cloud storage. the fact that data is centric to cloud computing, it is important to understand where to store and how to store it. This is because the measures taken to achieve what is mentioned above may vary based on types and volumes of data an organization wants to store and use. Hence, understanding and learning how cloud storage work would be a good idea, making it an important cloud engineer skill. Third skill we have is networking. Networking is related to cloud computing as centralized computing resources are shared for clients over the cloud. It has spurred a trend of pushing more network management functions into the cloud so that fewer customer devices are needed to manage the network. Improved internet access and reliable WAN bandwidths has made it easier to push more networking management functions into the cloud. This in turn has spurred demand for cloud networking as customers look for easier ways to build and access networks using a cloud-based service. Azure Cloud Engineer may also be responsible for designing ways to make sure the network is responsive to user demands by building automatic adjustment procedures. Hence, understanding of networking fundamentals and virtual networks in Azure are very important Azure Cloud Engineer skills as they are centric to networking on the overall cloud environment itself. Next skill we have is programming skill. Having good programming skill is essential while learning cloud. There are a few languages you need to be proficient in. To begin with, we have ASP.NET. This language provides dynamic web pages and cutting-edge solutions across various browsers. Hence, it is quite crucial when it comes to developing web solutions on cloud. Next we have is SQL. It is used to store, manipulate, and process large data files that a solution might put to use. Third up is Python. Python is used for developing serverless applications, especially in the Azure framework. Finally, we have PHP. This language is used to automate websites or websites with multiple functionalities on Azure Cloud. Now remember guys, having a good command over these languages will definitely help you master cloud computing in the way you desire. Now coming to the fifth skill, that is virtualization. Virtualization software has allowed many users to reduce their hardware assets or use them more efficiently by running multiple virtual machines side by side on the same hardware, emulating different components of their IT systems. Virtualization plays a very important role in making scalable, fault-tolerant resources available to organizations. So working experience or knowledge of virtualization or services like virtual machines, Hyper-V, blob storage in Microsoft Azure would be a big step towards serverless computing, thus making it a top-notch cloud engineer skill. Sixth skill we want you to master is DevOps and containerization. If you are a software developer or an operations engineer, then you are no stranger to the constant issues these individuals deals with as they work in different environments. DevOps brings in the development and operation approach in one mold, thus easing their work dependencies and filling in the gap between the two teams. The cloud engineer skill may look a little out of place on this list, but this development approach has definitely made its presence felt. DevOps gels really well with most of the cloud service providers, Azure in particular, making Azure DevOps a great skill to have. Next, let me talk about containerization. Basically, it's a method that allows developers to create and deploy applications faster and more securely. With traditional methods, code is developed in a specific computing environment, which when transferred to a new location often results in bugs and errors. For example, when a developer transfers code from desktop computers to a virtual machine or from Linux to a Windows operating system, there comes lot of bugs. Containerization eliminates this problem by bundling the application code together with the related configuration files, libraries, and dependencies required for it to run. The single package of software or container is abstracted away from the host operating system, and hence it stands alone and becomes portable, able to run across any platform or cloud free of issues. Containerization makes the application very easy to deploy on the cloud. Therefore, learning Docker or Kubernetes will also give you a good push towards being a good cloud engineer. Seventh skill we have is security and disaster recovery. Cloud security aims at protecting data, applications, and infrastructure involved in cloud computing. It's not much more different from security of on premise architectures. But the fact that everything is moving to the cloud, it is important to one gets a hang of it. For any computing environment, cloud security involves maintaining adequate preventive measures like knowing that the data and systems are safe, tracking current state of security, and tracking and responding to unexpected events. If operations interest you, then let me tell you security and disaster recovery related concepts will help you immensely as a cloud engineer or cloud admin. These are methodologies which are central to operating a software in the cloud and are cloud engineer skills that would get you a lucrative job. Finally, we have eighth skill, that is web services and API. The underlying foundation is very important to any architecture. Cloud architectures are heavily based on APIs and web services because web services provide developers with methods of integrating web applications over the internet. XML, SOAP, WSDL, and UDDI open standards are used to tag data, transfer data, describe and list services available. Plus, you need an API to get the required integration done. Thus, having experience of working on websites and related knowledge would help you have a strong core in developing cloud architectures. Now, those were the top 8 skills you'll need to master for having a successful Azure cloud engineer career. That's all we have for this session today. I hope the wide information we covered through this session was informative for all of you guys out there. Thank you for being here till the end of this video. I wish you best of luck in launching your Azure Cloud Engineer preparation journey. If you have liked this video, make sure to hit that thumbs up button and also do consider it to enable that subscribe button and bell icon so that you never miss any update from Intellipaat YouTube team.
Just a quick info, guys. Intellipaat provides Microsoft Azure certification training in partnership with Microsoft, the course link of which is given in the description below.